Greetings, Wandering Beekeeper here. Welcome. The tiny potato believes in you. You can do the thing. Today, we're going to make chocolate. We're going to do so by the Japanese method, the Chinjufu mod. This is going to take some time. My long videos don't generally get a lot of play. Folks will stick with it. We'll start by harvesting cacao. Pretty standard. Using a living tree here for this. Oh, come on, you. Down from there. Start by harvesting cacao. And then you have to ferment it, because so much revolves around the process of fermentation. Sake, soy sauce, rice vinegar, cabbage, all fermented foods. We are going to make cow barrels. Let's drop our cocoa beans in. Quick JEI for this, so that I can show you how it works. And we're going to need cocoa beans, which we just harvested, fermentation barrels, which we've already got, yeast, and lactobacillus culture. I'm going to go gather yeast and lactobacillus. To do so, I'm going to need to make replacement bottles. So we'll start our bottle, apple, and sugar. If you try using JEI to make your yeast culture bottles, it will tell you that you need an uncraftable potion. Or it may. This is a thing I have found in my particular world. All you actually need is water. We're going to change out for salt. And then we're going to add rice, because so much falls around rice. And we're going to make lactobacillus cultures. I didn't make enough yeast, darn it. Hang on a second. Need 10 of each. Silly person. There we go. And we have 10 of each of these culture bottles. Now, we go out here. Here's our yeast that's been culturing. And I'm going to replace a couple of these jars. The ones we just made, so that you can see the difference between them. The freshly made yeast bottle is opaque. The yeast bottle that is ready for use, you can see some of the wall texture through it a little better. It's translucent rather than almost nearly opaque. It's a subtle difference. I know I keep saying that in these videos. The differences in the texture maps, coloration, does tend to be fairly subtle. So we put up these jars so that they can start working. It will take a game day or two for those jars to become ready. Come back here and we find lactobacillus culture, and again, let us pop 2 of them up. Thank you. And put up 2 of the new ones, and you can see it's much more obvious. A new lactobacillus culture bottle is only half full. One that is ready to use is full. Culture has frothed up or something. It's a culture. It's fermenting. It's going to do that sort of thing. Go. Get our bottles put up. So once we have the yeast and the lactobacillus cultures put together, then we can make our fermentation barrels. You have to reload the ingredients because we leave empty bottles in the matrix. That has to be cleared and replaced. And this puts the cocoa beans in with the necessary cultures to ferment into something that can be made into chocolate. Now have our barrels. Let us get some bowls out, because we're going to need those in a moment. Go around to the fermentation room. Now, if you've seen any of the other videos with Chinjufu Mod, you'll know that fermentation is a thing, and it takes a little while. These barrels are ready. We can tell by the gray ring on the lid. There's also a slight change in coloration. So I'm going to take up the cocoa and change in coloration as I take it out, and it becomes just an empty fermentation barrel. And now we have fermented cocoa ready to go to the next stage. I want to replace, oops, these barrels and the floorboard I accidentally had here. Let's that up. That put it back. And here are the new barrels to put down. You'll notice that they are a bit darker than the empty barrels. They don't have the ring. They will change color very slightly, and they'll develop the ring when they have completed the fermentation process. This will take a couple of game days. I'm shortening the process for the purpose of the video. Let us go on and get this into the stove. There we go. I am shortening the process by having some of it ready to roll to the next stage. When you're actually playing through this, you'll need to set your barrels down and then go find something else to do for a while. Right. Roasting the cocoa takes a little time. The tooltips give you the process. If you get lost, look at the tooltips. Take it with a bowl. We did. We got fermented cacao. Smelting it becomes a roasted cacao. Crafting it becomes cacao mass. We'll be there in just a minute. Yes, those are bees that you are hearing popping in and out of hives, and a crackling of fire from the campfires underneath carpet, underneath the hives. They're just the other side of the wall we've been walking back and forth past. Go, we have our roasted cacao. Yeah, the bees are just the other side of that wall over there, so bring them. Let us go to our cutting board. Craft our roasted cacao into cacao mass. We then need to add sugar and milk. So we put it in the grid and we bring in sugar. Excuse me. We now have a bowl with chocolate. And again, this has to be done. This part could be auto-crafted. So some of this can be auto-crafted. Once you have the fermented cacao, it really just becomes a matter of working on the grid and through a furnace, and that could be automated. I mean, we're crafting chocolate here. There's a, we have, okay, bowl with chocolate. We have 8 of them. We can do some interesting things with this once you have the bowl with chocolate. Let us look at what we can do with it. Bowl with chocolate. We can make chocolate. If we add grapes, we can make grape-flavored chocolate. Apple or chestnut-flavored chocolate. Make chocolate chestnuts. I don't have a bowl of mashed chestnuts handy. That would maybe take a little while. Let's see what's involved. Bowl with cooked chestnuts. We'll look at that later. Let us make a heart-shaped chocolate and put it in a gift box. So we're going to craft a bowl of chocolate with a rose bush. That doesn't sound very tasty. Sounds actually rather painful. But that's what it takes to get the chocolate heart. We take our chocolate heart and we surround it with paper. And we now have a gift-wrapped chocolate heart, just like the one sitting on this presentation table out here. Once you hit the chocolate heart, you will get a Valentine's Day achievement from Chinjufu. If you package up regular chocolates, you get a different color of gift box. And that is making chocolate. It is a little bit of a process. It takes time. It takes a lot of components. There is a wonderful simulationist point of view here. Green tea chocolate. Always a delight. That is making chocolate with the Chinjufu mod. Thank you for joining me. I'm the Wandering Beekeeper. Go well.